Hi, beautiful Gemini. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Gemini, this is your monthly read for July. I've already done June, July, and August. Please go check them out if you want to. But I wanted to dive deeper into July specifically for you guys. We're going to have a supermoon on the 3rd of July. But it just made me think, because if we have a supermoon, it usually means that we have two moons within the same... I know we have two moons in August. I'm gonna let that be, it's a supermoon and on the 3rd of July. So that's gonna obviously affect some stuff as well. And I want to tell you that I still do personal readings, so if you're interested in one, please send me a message. You find that in the description. Gemini for July, what do we have? We're gonna start with an overall energy here and then go deeper and deeper into that energy, so that we get a clear message for you for the month of July of 2023. What do we have for Gemini, please? Takes a little bit of time to get it out, I have to say. I'm obviously waiting. I'm not shuffling this long. So if you're any newcomers here, I'm not shuffling for hours and hours. I'm waiting for a card to pop out, so it's not my energy that interferes. So it is actually source that decides. So Gemini, there might be something that you're waiting on. You might be a little bit impatient, or you might be completely fine, but you might be waiting on something to happen, and you might have waited for a while for this to take place. And now that I have that message out there, maybe we can have a card. Well, at least we have movement. So there's a message there, Gemini. You might have waited for something or someone for a very long time. And yeah, let's see what July brings. What do we have for Gemini, please? Originality. That was ages ago that I had this card. Blaze your own trail. This is so much, it's a little bit of an Aquarius influence there. So if you have Aquarius in your chart, you know what that is about, or there's just an Aquarius influence. Originality. This is when you're doing things on your terms. It's just really your terms that is, you know, you might be walking a path that hasn't ever been walked before. If this is what takes so long, like if you're trying to do it your way and not a lot of people have gone your path before you, there might just be a lot of new stuff to deal with that just takes some way longer time because it's new to the situation, it's new to the people involved, it's new to, so whatever this is, like you're trying to do something new here for the month of July. Can we please clarify? Wow. Moving on. I'm going to get another couple of cards. Moving on. And rejoice in celebration and some love. We actually have two sixes there, so we're going to get into this. Okay, I wasn't prepared for that, so I don't even know where the book is. There it is. They want me to read for originality, so I will. OLMN. Originality. Blaze your own trail. Really speaking with the elements as well. You are a go-getter and a free spirit by nature. That's so Gemini. You are a go-getter and a free spirit by nature. You exhibit originality, courage, and defiance. You were born to succeed and breathe excitement, love, and life into your lives of others. Listen to that. You exhibit originality, courage, and defiance. You were born to succeed and breathe excitement, love, and life into the lives of others. That's so beautiful. Despite your chaotic ways, wow, it's like it's written for Gemini. It's so interesting. Despite your chaotic ways and gregarious, right? Despite your chaotic ways and gregarious nature, you are loving and generous. The mantra is love me without fear, trust me without wondering, love me without restriction, love me without demands. I am worth it. In a way, this is so Gemini. It's so interesting, and I'm thankful that they had me read this, because obviously I've read this message before, but I've never read it through the eyes of Gemini. You are a go-getter and a free spirit by nature. That's Gemini. You exhibit originality, courage, and defiance. You were born to succeed and breathe excitement, love, and life into the lives of others. That's so Gemini. And despite your chaotic ways and gregarious nature, I just find that is when you have so much on your plate at all times. That's just a typical, I'm completely generalizing now. But you have usually so much on your plate. Like there's so much going on. And it can look a little bit chaotic from the outside. And it sometimes is a little bit chaotic. That like you probably need to calm down at times, or need to just settle down, or create space around you, or just bring in, at least have like a little bit of a slow moment before you sort of often into 10 different things all at once again. Because you can burn out. That is the chaotic ways of the Gemini. But like, and I don't know why that comes through right now, but maybe there's a little bit of a burnout risk right now, Gemini. Maybe there's too much on your plate going on. I mean, we're coming into summertime here in the Northern Hemisphere, and that might mean that you have like 10 more things on your list to do because it's summer and it's nights and it's like you want to do all things. But that's coming through. So maybe watch that a little bit so that you don't burn out. Like, just really take it easy when you feel like you need to slow down a little bit, okay? So, and I love that. You're just such a joy for other people. I just want to incorporate how important it is for it to be a joy for you as well. I think it is a joy for you as well, but sometimes so that it doesn't become like a thing that you're just here to just create so much beauty and joy and happiness for all the other people, but then you sort of forget about yourself a little bit. So for the month of June, there's something that I don't know why I'm getting this. We have love at the end here. I just feel like it's it's a general read, so it's not going to resonate for everyone. And it can also be various things. It can be love for one, it can be work for another, it can be health for a third. But this is something that you're finally moving on from something. So it's not so much to focus on, we have a lot of focus, like you're stepping into the light here, you're stepping into something new, you're moving on. It's not your way or the highway, but it's your way. It's an original way to move forward. It's a new way of thinking, it's a new way of being, it's a new way of doing things. And from here on out, I'm going to not just apply this to Aquarius, I'm going to completely say that this is the Gemini way. So the focus is on moving on, and the focus is, and it probably has taken some time, and it might even be you've been waiting for yourself. Does that make any sense? Maybe it's not even a hold up outside of yourself. It might be you that you've been waiting on. You have needed to process or progress or heal or transform or whatever, like into this next stage. But I just get with this moving on that we're finally completely dropping the past, that whatever you're stepping away from, whatever you're moving on from, is more the focus than what you're going towards. And that's okay. Because you're gonna come into reasons to celebrate. There's gonna be a drop of things. Like there's gonna be a release, there's gonna be a release of things or a person that just brings this lightness and a new beginning, I feel. A new beginning for the month of July. Together with the Harmony card. So this can also be about choices, making a decision about something moving forward. But if it's not, love is on the table. And it might even be that you have waited for love for some time, but due to something that held you back, and it doesn't have to be a person that held you back in order for you to not meet a new person. It can be just something on your plate, something in your life, Gemini, that has held you back a little bit. And when you finally release that, in comes everything, whether it's a person or a situation or like a new way of seeing things in your life is now coming in, because you have released some heavier energies. And as you move on into this new energy, you're starting to be a match to things that you desire. And this can be a love situation. Okay? Going a little bit deeper still. And I just feel like don't give up. If you want to try new things or try new things your way, that things might take a little bit longer because no one else has walked this trail before but you. And so it might take a little bit more time, but it's going to be so worth it. That was the thing in you're worth it. That was even you like talking about yourself, right? The little prayer. Love me without fear, trust me without wondering, love me without restriction, love me without demands. I am worth it. So it's so much about who you are becoming, and what you desire are the same thing. And for you to go down this path, and it takes a little bit longer because it's a new path and it's not done in a way that it has ever been done before. You're worth it. It's worth it for other people to wait on you, and it's worth it for it to take a little bit longer. It's worth it. Clarifying a little bit more here. If we take, yeah. Okay, so this is a situation where you just really claim your own potential, you claim your own power. This is a time to just really stand in your integrity, knowing who you are, knowing what you want, and just stick to that. So if this is a new way of going about things, if this is a new way of creating things, walking a new path, whatever this is, like to just stick to your guns. I don't know why I get those expressions every once in a while. I would never say that. Stick to your guns. Like to just really stay in your integrity and just keep track of where it is that you want to go, and just stay there. Just stay there. Can we clarify this rejoice and celebration? What is that about? Rejoice and celebration. Okay. So I just feel like this came from a situation of, and there's a boat. Just randomly I'm seeing a boat. So maybe, I mean, that can be for anyone. And it's not like, yeah, I went in a boat at some stage. No, that message isn't for you. This is if you just got on a boat today, or you have really been talking about like going on a boat, or like taking a boat trip or whatever. There's a boat here. Anyway, rejoice in celebration. So I just feel like this has been a situation where it has been a little bit stagnant, where you've been trying to move forward, you've been wanting a certain particular outcome, and things has just not really outcamed for you. And so this is about seeking out other possibilities, like maybe perhaps even looking at it from a different perspective. And you have done so. You've moved forward, and there's a reason to celebrate here. There's going to be a rejoice and celebration because you came from it from another angle or another viewpoint. I just feel like they want to sort of almost what do you call it? I just don't find the word. Like really celebrate you, how you've been able to move forward from a quite heavy situation. And so this might not be just 1 or 2 months old. This can be like a a thing that has been going on for some time. The thing that you're now dropping and releasing and letting go of. And the month of July, maybe for a long time you didn't think you were going to ever find like a real happiness again, or a real love again, or real, you know, just finding yourself again. Maybe it was like this shine was a little bit low there, coming from Gemini, which is not very typical Gemini, because Gemini shines all the time. So this is you coming out of a hard situation. It's almost like a validation here, like good on you, Gemini, because there's going to be reasons to celebrate. We have a rejoice and celebration. You're going to be back on track. You're going to start to recognize yourself again. And they want you to stick to that. Stick to your guns. Stick to that situation where you just feel like you're integrated in yourself. Stay in that integrity. Like know what you want and what you're going after. And then I just want to clarify this harmony card. What is that about, please? Is that actual love, or is that a decision, or what is harmony about, please? Sometimes they're making it easy for me. It's about the decision. So yeah, this is completely release yourself from that which holds you back and need to detox unnecessary worry based on lack of self-confidence. I just feel like this is, you're trying it a new way, like you're trying a new version of yourself. You're finding a new path within yourself. I don't know how that sounds, but you're finding a new path within yourself. You're coming to terms with yourself. And this is like it's time to make a decision about like really releasing the past. You are doing that though. But maybe you just need to hear that over and over again. This is a confirmation that what you're doing is a good thing. Releasing and moving on. And trying things from a different angle or different viewpoint is going to really help you. There's going to be reasons to celebrate. There's going to be such a, like, just a good celebration for you to try a new path within yourself. And this is you letting go of that last little bit, that which held you back. So I just find that July to be a very what do you call it? Like a self-discovery almost, like discovering a new version of yourself, Gemini, really coming to terms with who you are, like finding your confidence again. And it's so tough sometimes to discover that Gemini can have a low confidence, because Gemini is so like out and about, usually very extroverted, life at the party, like was heard in the book, like you breathe love and life into other people's lives. And so when we hear about Gemini not having like a beautiful confidence, or not trusting in themselves, or like struggling, it can sometimes come as a surprise. And I would just share that with people, Gemini, a little bit more. Open up a little bit more and share that. Because you're such a light to others, and it's okay for us to sort of hold you at times, okay? But you're on your way here. You're really on your path. July is a path to self-discovery, and you're finally we're letting things go, which means that a lot of addiction probably is going to let go, because we have 15 there, the devil, and when 15 adds up to a 6, and we already have 2 6s on the table, no pun intended there with the 666. 666 is complete love. And so as you make this decision, and you don't sort of have to hide anymore, you don't have to have low self-esteem anymore, you're coming more into your own potential and whatever, like this self-discovery, then you don't turn to things that sort of keeps you away from you, if that makes sense. So if there's been a lot of addiction, maybe indulgement in certain things that just doesn't, it's not fitting anymore, that's going to disappear as well. The more you just claim your own self, those addictions is almost going to peter themselves out. Okay? That's what I have for you for the month of July. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, guys. Bye.